I just passed Brenda Freeze in the hallway, and I just said it's just always so much fun playing against you and your team, and just an incredibly competitive program. You know, the coach is competitive, the staff's competitive, kids are competitive, and I just said I learned so much every time we play Maryland. You know, and early on, you know, 6 years ago, I was learning a heck of a lot when we played Maryland because we were getting killed. And so it means a lot that we can come in and have them ranked as high as they are and compete in that ball game and struggle, obviously, in the first half, but have our defense hold. You know, our defense held. That is a real big deal for Miami. We didn't press, we couldn't press. They're too big. They just threw it right over our heads. And we just had to play half-court D, and that had to hold for us while we were going that horrible first half of field goal percentage. And I said at halftime, if offense is the problem, Miami, we're fine. We'll make these adjustments at halftime, and we're fine. It's usually we go in at halftime and defense has been a problem against a team that can score 84 points a game and is #1 in the nation. So the fact that we held them gave us a ton of confidence coming out of halftime, just an absolute enormous amount of confidence. And then when we knew we'd click at a certain point, we really made some, I thought, crucial adjustments at halftime in terms of taking the ball out of Shanice and Bay's hands and, you know, running a little bit, shortening up our passes and having our post players be more active on some high-low cuts and screening so that we didn't just leave our guards out on the perimeter. And I thought that was huge. Our post players, their activity, we got a piece of the paint on our first 10 possessions of the second half on offense, which we did not do during that stretch in the first half. So that was a big adjustment by the kids, and they really executed well.
Coach, your thoughts? It's the first time in the program history that you've beaten a top 5 program.
Yeah, I think that's great, you know, but we beat Maryland, and that's just the ACC. Like, we get really into the matchups and the rivalries and the opponent, and we're going to see a lot of ranked teams, and that's why we're all at Miami. We want to see ranked teams, and we've seen a lot this year already. The fact that they're well deserving of a top 5. It's one of those teams that, this is the 3rd year in a row I've watched Maryland and go, well, I don't know how we're going to stop them. You know, you watch them on film and you come up with a game plan, and I really think they're special, and I really think they're phenomenal, and they have great playmakers. And so for us to just dig in there, the rebounding effort is the total story of the game. You know, they're plus 18 normally, and we're plus 8 on them, so that's a 26 rebound swing there. That it's an incredible stat. That's an incredible stat.
What about Bebe? What can you say about her?
Trey Bay? A friend told me that when I was walking out. I thought that was kind of funny.
That'll make a few stories.
Yeah. The difference was that they were executed plays, okay? So she trusted us, and she ran through the sets. Steph's shots and Bay's shots. Some of them were in transition, but the big ones were well-executed plays. They were Miami shots. They were team shots. And she hit them, and give her credit for that. But that was a huge, we ran one set, and Steph got a 3. We ran the same set, and we went to the second and third look out of the set, and Bay got a 3 out of it. That's a veteran team. In the first half, we were create a shot, and, you know, frustrated. The create a shot, we were 0 for create a shot, so I was hoping that they'd go back to their offenses and really trust us, and they did. And that was an incredible performance. And defensively, Bay was, you know, 6 rebounds for Bay, 5 on the defensive end when she's 5'6". She was climbing trees out there and getting rebounds, so that was a huge effort.
Coach, did Shanice's kind of off night, did that kind of concern you at any point?
Well, I grabbed her in the locker room and I said, this is a total credit to you that you can have an off night and struggle, and your team can be the top 5 team in the nation by 12 points. You have rebuilt this program. You have done amazing things here. You've helped us recruit your supporting cast here, and that's a credit to you. So you need to just relax and realize what a moment that is, because there's no way that would have happened early in her career.
Well, do you think she showed maturity by sort of, it seemed like she kind of took over the team, started running the team, and allowed Bay to get her open?
Shanice does not think of herself as a scorer. She doesn't. She's a distributor. She's a playmaker. She makes great plays. Maryland spent a lot of time sending 2 to her, and that did free up Steph and Bay. It did. It freed up our post a little bit there, too, where we were scoring. And they're smart. Maryland knows that a lot of the offense runs through Shanice Johnson. I mean, everybody in the country knows that. But, you know, for her to stay in there, I still played her 36 minutes. It's not like she wasn't doing other stuff. She got 9 boards for us and 4 assists and 3 steals, so she's always making plays for us. She's going to stay on my court. That's for sure.
Coach, I spoke with you earlier in the week and you mentioned that you thought it was going to be a game of runs and really nothing either coach could do to stop that. That's just the nature of the offenses. In the second half, it seemed a lot more back and forth. The first half definitely was dominated by the 2 long runs. Second half, could you attribute that kind of change in pace to the adjustments you guys made at halftime, do you think? Yeah, you know, I truly looked up and I was like, oh my God, it was only 5 minutes and 52 seconds. I remember looking at the scoreboard going, geez, the game just went. I thought it was an amazing basketball game. And thought, oh my gosh. I mean, the second half was just punch for punch. It was a lot of fun. And then I just think we got hot at the right time and sort of stretched it a little bit there. But it wasn't a 12-point basketball game. Everybody knows that. That was nip and tuck the whole way. And it wasn't. It was just, both teams were competing. I don't know if you could tell how physical it was out there. But, I mean, God bless the referees because it was just so physical. And I thought they did a great job of controlling the game but not over reffing.
Coach, with Morgan, did you have to say anything to her because it seems like she was coming out trying to be really aggressive. It really wasn't working. She was 0 for 3 in the first half.
I said a lot of things at halftime to my team. I really did. I circled 3 areas on the court that they were giving us shots, and I really was challenging, I mean, who was going to make them. I mean, there's a reason that you were open. If you're not hitting them, they're going to leave you open. So, I mean, I need the people that are going to make that shot to get to these 3 spots on the court. And Morgan Stroman needed to be one of those people. And she, you know, she did.
What does it mean, though, big picture, to beat a top 5 team? Because it's never been done here. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think you guys will finally believe that I truly don't do it. I'm very narrow in my focus. I'm going to go home tonight and really be happy for about an hour that we beat Maryland, and then we're moving on to Florida State. That's what we've done. I'm not going to change it. I'm sure it'll help recruiting. I'm sure it helps the confidence of my team. But we're in the ACC. Rankings don't matter. Conference standings, preseason picks, they don't matter. Nothing matters except your matchup, who you're playing, when you're playing them, and where you're playing it. That's it. And that's how we approach every game. So if we can go now, we got a road test, we got to try to steal a road win somehow, some way against a big-time rival, and that will be our next focus.
Just, obviously you're focusing on game by game, but just this winning streak at home, what does that mean? And especially to your girls' confidence playing at home. Okay,
I will admit I was kind of happy that we had the winning streak. There's something magical that sort of happens at some point where our kids really do. We just have these moments at home, and we just got to have them on the road too. But God, we have some moments where, I mean, the crowd is just in a frenzy, and obviously we're an emotional team, so it totally helped the crowd. We had a chalk talk before the game. There were probably 120 people in there. I walked in and got standing. I mean, they were just going crazy. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it helps. It helps a lot. So that kind of support, that kind of emotion from our crowd does play off of us. Stroman's efforts to the glass, Bo's efforts to the glass, and Bay just getting, Bay and Steph hitting those huge shots. Those are fun moments, and I've had some great ones here at the BankUnited Center. I really have.
Bullock, she had some big moments for you, 8 points in 18.
That's 2 games in a row. 2 games in a row where Sylvia, she had 10 against Georgia Tech and 8. And just physical couple, huge baskets for us when on the ropes. It's really insightful that you caught that because her minutes have gone down a little bit just because Pepper's really coming on. But Syl's playing with a lot more energy in her minutes, and she's been so productive the last 2 games. And I really do want to give her a lot of credit. She's the reason the offense worked. Start the second half. She was willing to sprint and cut and reverse and dive, and she just did a lot of special stuff for us that people might miss.
She got a couple of really key rebounds too.
And putbacks. And I mean, she's just, I mean, 2 free throw line out of her is good too. So just, you know, she plays with a ton of energy. So I mean, I just love the combinations we can put out there.
Coach, I don't want to overanalyze, but at the end of the first half, it kind of seemed like the players were a little bit tired. Did you notice that? And if so, it looks like they were able to rest their stars toward the end. But in that first half, like as they start making their run.
I don't think it was that, but if it's just that, that's such an easy fix. I hope it was that. All right, I just think that they switched defenses on this team.
Talk about what you did defensively to hold the team that averages 84 points for them to 63 tonight.
Yeah, we had probably 6 different defenses ready for them, and we ended up just going to our straight up, you know, I'm going to guard you to your scout. And I thought our kids really, they had some mismatches where they could go inside, and you'd see Bay getting posted up by Alicia Devon and just doing the best she could to sort of fight through it. And team defense was amazing tonight, and Pepper was even out there on the perimeter guarding Lauren Mincy, and I thought, well, that can't be a good matchup for us, but it worked out, you know, because we just had some grit to us tonight.
How are you gonna prepare for the FSU game? Because it's always looking like.
Yeah, I gotta look at them. I've only seen one game on film, so I really don't know just yet. And that's the ACC. It's like, wow, they gave us a heck of a start in this conference. I'll tell you what. Maryland and us both have incredible double games, who we play twice, and we talked about that before the game too. So, great opportunities.
There it is.
Thanks.
Thank you, congratulations.
Thank you.